Hi guys, welcome to the Grapplers Academy. Now the following video is going to give you a couple of stretches which will help open up and loosen off your hips, which as a byproduct will help with your overall guard game. So start off with the first stretch. We're going to start with the feet underneath the hips. We're just going to sort of lean ourselves forward so we can get our hands on the floor, and then we're going to walk out to a press up position. Once we reach here, we're going to step one foot up towards our hands, and we're going to stay on the outside of the hands here. And then from here, we've got a few options where we can either just really try and push the hips to the floor, keeping the back leg straight, heel pointed to the sky, with this foot having the knees and toes facing forward. We can also reach up to the sky, looking up at the hand. We can reach under our armpit to get the stretch around the upper back, or we can rotate through here. Second stretch we're going to look at is we're going to start off with the feet together, and we're going to pull them in towards our hips. Now before we start trying to push them down, we're going to get a nice strong posture. We're going to take hold of our instep, we're going to put our elbows into our thighs, and we're going to lean forward, keeping a nice strong back. Send the hips backwards a little bit if you can, keeping the gap between your heels and your hips the same. Then from here, we're going to drive the elbows into the knees, pushing the knees to the floor. And then to sort of enhance the stretch a little bit more, we're going to squeeze the glutes and try and use the glutes to pull the knees that little bit further down. And from here, we're going to have the feet in front of us, and the hands behind our back. We're going to send our hips in the air a little bit. We're going to step over the top, and then we're going to sit our hips down towards the floor. Now when we're here, this may also already start to stretch. What we're going to do just to change it a little bit is we're going to go strong back and strong posture, and we're going to get what's called a deadlift back in the lower back. So we're going to send our hips backwards if we can. Now this will keep and enhance the stretch around the outside of the hip. What we're trying to do though is avoid the stretch being around the knee. So if you're noticing that, you're going to decrease the angle which you're stretching, and you're going to start just trying to go a bit more upright until you can find the correct angle to keep the stretch off the knee and keep it around the outside of your hip. Now as you saw, those stretches are very much oriented around the upper leg and around the hip. And what I'd advise with these is starting off with around 30 to 40 seconds per hold, and over time trying to extend that range of movement, and also possibly increasing the amount of time that you spend in those stretches.